Welcome to Brain Booster. Did you know how slow a snail can move or how old the oldest snail fossil is? Let's dive into the fascinating world of snails. They are, without a doubt, the world's slowest animals, moving at a pace of about 0.5 to 0.8 inches per second. If you're having trouble picturing that, imagine it taking almost a week to cover a mere 1 kilometer. Yet these tiny creatures persist, unfazed by the hustle and bustle of the world around them. Now, let's travel back in time. Snails first evolved nearly 500 million years ago. A fascinating remnant of their ancient existence is a snail fossil that was found in Myanmar in 2018. This fossil, which dates back to nearly 99 million years ago, preserved the snail's shell, head, eyes, and foot in amber. It's intriguing to think that these slow creatures have been around for such a long time, isn't it? Snails come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors, each unique and fascinating in its own way. With a range of shell sizes from less than a millimeter to a whopping 70 centimeters, these slow-moving creatures offer a world of diversity. Their shells, a marvel of nature's architecture, come in an array of colors, from the soft hues of beige and gray to the bold shades of black-brown and even spotted or striped patterns. Among these diverse types, the Angustopola dominica snail stands out. Discovered in soil samples from China in 2015, this tiny marvel is the smallest snail species on Earth. So small, in fact, it can slide through the eye of a needle. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have the Australian whelk and the giant African snail. These behemoths of the snail world are truly a sight to behold. But the fascination with snails goes beyond just their size and shell patterns. The anatomy of a snail is a fascinating study in itself. Their bodies are soft, slimy, and moist, designed for their slow, gliding movement. A snail's body includes a head with a pair of tentacles, a neck, a visceral hump, a foot, and a tail. The tentacles are a remarkable feature. Freshwater snails, for instance, have tentacles located at the top of their heads. A smaller set is located lower down, which they use to feel and smell their surroundings. Interestingly, while land snails are among the most well-known species, they have only one lung. In contrast, their marine and freshwater counterparts breathe through gills, an adaptation suited to their aquatic habitats. Despite their small size and slow movement, snails are surprisingly diverse and complex creatures. Their variety in size, color, and physical features serve as a testament to the wonders of nature's design. From the tiniest Angustopola dominica snail to the massive giant African snail, each species holds its own unique charm and intrigue. Snails can be found almost anywhere, from the top leaf litter of forests to the deep ocean tunnels. These slow-moving creatures have adapted to a broad range of habitats, making them one of the most versatile species on Earth. Land snails, for instance, are often found nestled in the leafy blankets of forests, marshes, and old fields. These terrestrial snails also thrive in invasive environments such as riverbanks, active agricultural fields, and gardens. They've even made their homes in suburban and urban areas, showing their remarkable adaptability. On the other hand, sea snails inhabit the vast waters of our planet. From the frigid Arctic to the equator, and all the way down to the Antarctic oceans, these marine mollusks have made the world's oceans their playground. Their habitats range from seashores to deep ocean tunnels, demonstrating an impressive resilience to various environmental conditions. Snails, irrespective of their habitat, are mainly herbivores. They feed on an array of dead green herbs, plants, bark, algae, and rotting wood. They are also known to munch on empty snail shells, fungi, and even animal droppings. Their diet doesn't stop there, though. Snails have been observed eating cement and limestone rocks, presumably to extract the calcium needed for building their hard shells. Sea snails specifically have a slightly different diet. Herbivorous sea snails love algae plants, while their omnivorous counterparts enjoy a meal of small aquatic creatures. This varied diet contributes to the ecological balance of their habitats, as they help control the population of certain organisms and recycle nutrients back into the soil and water. Snails may be small, but they play a crucial role in their ecosystems by recycling nutrients and serving as food for other animals. They are not just slow-moving creatures carrying their homes on their back, but rather key players in maintaining the environmental equilibrium. So, the next time you spot a snail, remember, they're doing more for our planet than meets the eye. Snails have a unique life cycle and some intriguing facts that might surprise you. These slow yet fascinating creatures have a life expectancy of 2 to 3 years, though some lucky ones in the wild can live up to 10 years when kept in captivity. The sexual development period of snails is quite flexible, ranging between 6 weeks to 5 years, varying vastly across different species. Now here's a fun fact. Snails are hermaphrodites, which means they possess both male and female reproductive organs. Although they have the ability to self-fertilize, they generally prefer not to. Instead, they engage in a mating process, after which they lay up to 100 eggs in a clutch. However, only 20 to 50 of these eggs will eventually hatch, beginning the cycle anew. But wait, there's more. Snails have some intriguing characteristics that are sure to raise eyebrows. Did you know that snails hibernate in winter? Yes, just like bears, these tiny creatures also go into a deep sleep during the cold months. They are, in fact, primarily nocturnal creatures, preferring the cover of darkness and damp environments. Another cool fact about snails is that they do not feel pain. Yes, you heard that right. Snails are devoid of the sensation of pain. This is because they lack the necessary physical structures in their nervous system to process such sensations. And if you're worried about a snail with a cracked shell, don't be. Snails are capable of repairing minor cracks or damages to their shells over time. However, if the shell is shattered entirely, that's a different story. Lastly, would you believe if I told you that despite having a mouth the size of a pin, snails have about 20,000 teeth? Yes, these tiny creatures are equipped with a large number of teeth, which they use to scrape or cut their food before eating. So the next time you see a snail, remember these cool facts and appreciate the complexity of these small but fascinating creatures. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.